organic gardening?
Well, it's basically using things without synthetic chemicals, chemical fertilizers, or chemical pesticides or herbicides. It's working with nature to create your whatever it is you're growing.
So why is organic gardening easier than people think?
Well, because basically if you follow the right practices, it is not much different from any other kind of gardening. You know, you plant, you harvest, you have a nice mixture of things, probably a more interesting mixture of plants than if you plant in conventional ways and use conventional pesticides.
How are you going to start your organic garden and be able to succeed?
Start small with good soil, work that soil up, and plant something that you have a good chance of success with. Like some of these herbs are pretty easy to grow. I mean, rosemary grows like a weed almost, and you can start it just by breaking off a sprig, put it in some water, it'll grow its roots. It'll go from a cutting. Very, very simple. No cost, really.
Let's go one step beyond herbs, because if let's say you're an apartment dweller, you tried your herbs, you're happy with them, but you want to try something that you can actually make a salad out of. Can you do it?
You can do it, absolutely, because see, most of the salad greens are very shallow rooted, so it's easy to grow in pots or containers.
Can you grow it on a window or a fire escape?
Sure, a window, fire escape. In fact, if you're in an apartment, you probably have less of a pesticide issue than if you're outside in the ground, you know, because there's not as many pests make their way up that fire escape. I mean, I oftentimes plant things in containers just for the heck of it. But you can do this in your apartment. Look at this nice romaine lettuce growing here. It's really, you know, kind of beautiful. And that's just a simple shallow container because they have shallow roots. Oh, and look at here. Here's a snail. That's organic gardening at its best, man. He's nibbled his I wondered why there were a few holes in this lettuce. That's why. But see, this is something you can easily grow in your apartment. And you can keep cutting. You don't pull it out by the roots. You cut and let it come back. Cut and let it come back. And depending on the time of the year, you can keep harvesting a lettuce like this for quite some time. So apartment dwellers have actually less pesticide problem. This snail would probably not have made it into your apartment, whereas I had this container sitting on the ground. So you know, that was a good example of pest control right there. This is not just a homeowner thing. Anybody can grow quite a lot of food in a very limited space. That's what's neat about it.